Give you guys a few seconds to log on. While you're waiting, go ahead and hit share, click a like, drop us a comment and all that good stuff. And if you're joining us from YouTube, welcome. Give me a couple of seconds here, guys, for you guys to log on, and I'm going to see if the comments actually share up here. Then we'll sit and chat about Lonni Crigger. Very sad case. So just in case the comments don't pop up on my screen, I'm pulling them up here on my own phone. You know that sound. Ooh. There you go. So we should be going good now. Let me go and push play. Yeah. So if y'all dropping comments, we definitely haven't seen them. So I'll set that right there. Hopefully I'll figure that out soon. Let me pull that. Man, I got a screen working behind me because I'm going to read you guys some information from it. But it's a touch screen. Do not see any. You do not see any what? Comments? Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. They start popping up now. Okay, cool. All right. So the counters and everything's a little slow. All right, so I want to give you guys an update. So for you guys that have been following Karen McFarland, she was the 48-year-old that went missing last Thursday. She was from Hensley. She worked for the McCarty Auto Group. She was an accountant. She didn't have any real ties to the community as far as family ties, even though she has lots of friends that were concerned about her. And the friends are the ones that actually reported her missing when she didn't show up to work. It was unusual for her to do that. And they got worried because they also knew she had dogs. She was the board of directors for an animal rescue, so she would definitely love to take care of her dogs as well. Once they went over to the house and knocked on the door, there was no sound, nothing like that. Her vehicle was missing as well, and of course that was that 2011 Avalon. Well, they issued a BOLO for her. Be on the lookout, as well as Lonni Crigger, her on again, off again boyfriend is how he has been described. Boy, I've did some research on him today. We'll talk about that in a moment. So Lonnie come up missing as well. I believe it was on Friday. The detective started getting their notes and everything together. He had utilized the debit card in several locations, as well as been seen in her vehicle. So at some point, the police went out to knock on the door once again. No answer. After a few days of being missing, a landlord can actually make entrance to the house to check on the pets, make sure everything's okay. The landlord did make entrance to the house with police there as well. Also on her property, not her property, but the place where she rents her house from, there's an out parcel shed, and the police were searching that as well. I believe they already had permission to search that. So once the landlord got in and seen the dogs, something triggered, either something they seen in another room or something they found at the in the shed. Instantly they had everybody to come on out of the house. They placed crime scene tape around it, and at that point they began to get a search warrant. Now, before this, Lonnie was arrested. He was pulled over, he was arrested and found with Karen's car. And he was arrested. The charge was felon in possession of a firearm, or that's not what it's really called, but that's what it boils down to, because he was on probation and parole, I think. It looks like they was running concurrently. And oddly enough, he hadn't been out very long, and Karen has a, I didn't know if the family had been notified yet of the charges, so I didn't jump on here. And Michelle did help, by the way. Later on in the case, squirrel, later, I really lost my train of thought there. Please forgive me for that. So I might have to backtrack on that. Too many buttons. Oh, there it is. That's why I made notes for this one. Later on in the case, you see where he actually come in and assaulted her. So he got in trouble for that. He actually, on February 17th, he took a negotiated plea for breaking and entering and for criminal mischief. He got 72 months suspended on the criminal mischief and 72 months in Department of Corrections for breaking and entering. The September charge was terroristic threatening. On April, Karen had an order of protection against him. In September, he was charged, because of Karen, with terroristic threatening. This is September of last year. And was sentenced to 60 months probation as a habitual offender. He's just been out not too long. And he did this to her. Part of his supervised release was he wasn't even supposed to be around her. Like, pull some of these images up. Oh, the internet freaked out on me. How bad am I freezing? Sorry guys, I was trying to get this other document pulled up. Did you know that Rhonda is the reason why he was back at her house, because she let him move in? I don't know anything about that. Shannon, yeah, definitely, absolutely disgusting. He got the habitual offender charge for his terroristic threatening, and even there, there's Karen's files are still sealed, but even in the other charges, you know, he was always prone to violence towards the women. Hey, no problem. Welcome aboard. Heather, we're talking about Lonni Crigger and all that. I know you guys, like, you guys were all sending me the info. I really did kind of sleep in this morning. I didn't want to wake up and deliver the news that had been charged with murder, because I know her family's on a different time zone, so I want to make sure they had the news first. Rhonda, last name please. Charlotte, I'm reading comments right now. I hope he never gets out. Domestic abuse is so dangerous at any time. It goes to a next level when the victim leaves. Yeah. And it says, who is Rhonda? I don't know who Rhonda is. Hey, Alvy, thank you for doing what you do. You're very welcome. This is second domestic death in just a couple of weeks. So sad. Guys, right now, if you're just joining me, I was giving an update on Lonni Crigger, who's been charged with murder of the death of Karen McFarland of Hensley. Terry says, he told me about a month ago that he was living in a homeless shelter and doing landscape, but he was laid off. Laid off from his job. Rhonda is his sister. Okay. Two of her friends are here, me and Linda Katz. Please give her sister my love and my condolences. For real. It was just sad. Karen was my aunt. This is hard on all of us. I hope he actually stays in jail He has many past convictions. He definitely does there. Should have stayed in jail. Yes, he did. I know some of these stories must be so emotional on you. Thank you for hanging in there and sharing. I agree with that. These can, no, I do, I have no indication that Karen was an addict at all. She kept an immaculate house. She had a job as an accountant, very productive member of our society. This is a human that our justice system failed. I mean, how does someone get out and go right back to where they got in trouble for? Heather says, so true. Let me put this over here. That way I can look at you guys too. Heather says, so true. I know an elementary school teacher who was murdered by her husband, and a mama and grandma who worked with many presidents whose husbands murdered her. Domestic violence certainly doesn't discriminate. No, it does not. Michelle says she is also an animal advocate. Yeah, and she's on the board of directors of Hans's him. Terry says, Terry, you're the one that reached out to me. Terry says he had offered to help me move and try to take me out for a date. So glad I now didn't give him my number or address. So scary. Very scary, actually. Thank you. So glad they found him. Hope this time he gets what he deserves. Meredith says, this is such a heartbreaking story all the way around. I feel things like this could be prevented with closer monitoring of released offenders. The system let her down. I agree with that. But keep in mind her family and her friends are dealing with grief, so please be mindful of confidence and pray for them all. And yeah, we're going to continue to pray for them. Ashley, no, my Aunt Rhonda doesn't live with her. Karen was not on drugs. I'm not sure how she met him. No, your aunt was definitely not on drugs. I can say that for real. And I'm trying to figure out how your aunt met him. So if I find out, I'll let you know. Your aunt, every story I've heard, incredible person, Ashley. See, Karen McFarland was not at it. Yes. Nope. Nowhere close. Rightly so. Her friends are already defending her. So guys, if you're just joining me on updating on Lonni Crigger, he's been charged with first-degree murder in the death of Karen McFarland. And I'm reading comments right now. I'm not sure how she met either. I wonder the same thing. Lonnie was also on several Facebook dating sites. Ashley, creeps me out. My dad was her big brother. They said we looked a lot alike, and my brother looked like our dad. She was supposed to move back to Indiana. Ashley, yeah, I guess probably your uncle that I'd been speaking to in Indiana said that she was getting ready to move back up there, and that was her actually, that was her goal to get back up there. Where did they find her? They found her on the property. I'll just say that. Guys, until the family knows, until I make sure the family knows, I'm not going to go into the deep details of stuff. If it's on an autopsy report or something like that, I'll share that with you. But like the last 3 days, I spent time back and forth with his family, and it's just sad. So yeah. Is in one of the buildings, I'll tell you that. Karen was against drug abuse. Absolutely she was. Johnny, they have to be on drugs. Or Johnny Rogers, neither is that true. You do not have to be on drugs. It'll keep coming back on. We're at that time point. Boy, that's a bad place to get frozen. I'm going to wonder, like on my end, I'm seeing what you guys are seeing, and I'm still recording. It's not ended at all, so we're going to see where this goes. Here you go. You guys are coming back up to me. Lonnie had claimed he had gone to prison years ago and dealing drugs, but he swore it was his past and didn't even drink now. A manipulator is very good at convincing you lies. He served time in the federal prison for conspiracy. I'm going to pull those records and see as well. I'm scrolling back up comments I might have missed. Guys, and if you're just joining me, was given an update on Lonni Crigger. He's been arrested for the murder of Karen McFarland of Hensley. The as far as it's freezing and things, the good news is the software I'm using is supposed to correct it. So this will work out for the good when I figure out all the kinks and bugs on it. So in the long run, it'll work out good. Lonnie claimed he had gone to prison. Yes, read that one. Do they know why? Not at this time. I'm sure they'll question him based on his previous history. Based on his previous history, he's not going to talk to the police. That's not what he does. In fact, he wrote letters to the judge and kept asking him to re-sentence him while he is in prison as well. So I don't think we have to worry about him doing that at all. Still reading comments here, guys. Let me go back out. When he threatened her and the co-workers the first time, they should have kept his ass in jail. You know what Mel was talking about, that terroristic threatener charge? He threatened all of her co-workers up at McCarty, and that's why he got in trouble to begin with. And they did not keep him in jail. They let him out for that, and it was like a real threat. Hey Johnny, dude, I don't know if you're just in here for reaction, but you're probably not on the right page to blame everything on drugs, because I got a reality check for you. People that are not on drugs commit heinous crimes. So stop blaming the drugs. When it's the drugs, I blame the drugs. So get off the addicts tonight, dude. Got it? Drugs is not the problem here. This is a heart problem. This guy's been abusing people for years. I'm reading more comments here. So did he want to go back and make his stay was it permanent this time? I guess. I don't know. Well, from what I heard, they found her in a shed on the property. They kept letting this guy out because he had money. No, they didn't let him out because he had money. They let him out because of his negotiated plea bargains, which are pretty standard the way it was looking. On one of the cases, the lady didn't show up to the original one. And Ashley, you are correct. Since you are a family member and you announced it, they did find her body in the shed. And that's when they sealed everything off. Brenda, if you go back on down there, Brenda said she read Court Connect and he should have already been in jail. True, because he's violating his probation, just being in contact with her. So that's one of the issues. But if you treat like all offenders the same, if he treats all the offenders the same, things like this happen. So what they do is they use classifications, but still a lot of the drug crimes we have is classified just as high as things like this. in the the pretrial system. Because remember, he's innocent till he's proven guilty on this one. In the previous ones, he negotiated his plea. Like, the prosecuting attorney agreed to it. The judge signed off on it. And yeah, Sheila, you are right. There are a ton of people that are on drugs that do not commit crimes. None. They don't even steal. And if you think all drug addicts are criminals, you are so wrong. Johnny Rogers, like, a normal person would not kill a human being. Yeah, normal people do it every single day. They really do. Michelle's telling you she did help. Yeah, she helped a lot with information and everything, even with Saline County. Many people on drugs don't commit crimes. Michelle says his bond was set at $2 million. I'll check real quick. You can register on Vine for to get updates when they do that. Here's their bail. There needs to be some new legislation. To the family, Karen, I'm so very sorry. So sad. Prayer for our family and those who know. Bail is to determine whether you will show up to court. It's not to be based on the seriousness of your crime. In other words, like I said, he's innocent until proven guilty on this charge. They could get him on the other charges, which they would to keep him. I'm pulling it up right now. He is $2 million bond. So it would take a lot of money to get him out right now. How's your bail? Normal people flip out because they don't take their medication. That is very true. Like, there's a lot of people that if they get off their medication can become very dangerous. Here's where did they find him. I'll find that out for you. No telling what kind of charges he had in the past. Pretty much the same thing. They pretty much had all the same charges in the past. Charlotte says, Heatherly, thank you. I got 19 years. Woohoo! 19 years sober. I just hate the stigma that comes with addiction. If I'd been arrested, I might have got clean sooner. Can't blame everything on the addicts. And if you do, you're not really understanding the addict at all. True story. There's people in your neighborhood right now running businesses that are addicts. So you never know. Hi, I'm Alvy. I'm a recovered addict. I got over 4.5 years now. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I promise you, when I was high, you didn't know I was addicted to drugs. Most people thought I was addicted to drugs while I was getting sober. And I run a business. And I didn't do crime. Go figure. And I sure wouldn't kill somebody. Told you his bill was sent to $2 million. Only if you have time. All right. All right, guys, y'all have any more questions for me? Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah. I just wanted to give you guys a recap. This guy deserves a life sentence. I've never been more disturbed in my life looking at all the court cases he has. Johnny says pretty much you can. Crystal meth is the main problem, or of abuse of killings of humans. Incorrect, Johnny. You really need to study what you're saying. What you're saying is not true at all. You'd be shocked what the #1 professions who have domestic abuse is. Go Google it. It's not a drug addict. Karen, how to defend herself? All I can say missed that comment. All I can say is truly hope she didn't suffer. Oh, Karen knew how to defend herself. Please do. I'd get on the computer and accuse other people of being hot. Did you ever do that when y'all was addicts? Karen was ex-military. She used to be a Marine. See, that's the kind of stuff I like to know there. Yeah, thank you for covering all this. People shouldn't make this about drugs. Yeah, you just have to ignore him. One thing I've learned, well, several things I've learned on social media, stuff like this, I used to get really pissed off, but it doesn't do a lot of good. And the more you engage, he engages. And for a content creator, that's a good thing. Because it keeps the videos exposed, keep spreading. Because like when y'all don't hit reactions, like you guys all should hit a reaction right now. Just go boom, 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 boom. Hit a like or something, or hit an angry face if you're angry. Hit an angry emoji if you're angry that Johnny's blaming everything on drugs. How's that? But if he had more to say than that, I would welcome his thought process on that, because maybe we could learn something that we did not know. Johnny says he's been clean for 10 years. Congratulations, sir. And welcome for the Arkansas State Military. Congratulations, sir. 10 years is a long time. I'm very proud of you. I'll pray that you'll have a little bit more compassion on other addicts. To me, why does the name sound so familiar to me? It's bad that I know so many people from around East End and Sheridan, and I don't know where to put my finger at. Yeah, I have that same problem. Yeah, 10 years is a lot. So shout out to Johnny on his 10 years, even when we're scolding him. When I have a recovered addict with 10 years, you get kudos for that, man. That I want to catch you. Family is here. Woman has been killed. Be respectful for Pete's sake. Johnny Rogers is ex-military, so have some respect. See? That's how that works out. Also, and I'm not making excuses for Johnny, when you have been impacted by drugs and you're in towns like ours where a lot of problems are done by addicts, it is easy to do. It's easy just to throw it out there and say, that's the addicts. And look, Michelle says, I'm sure she said, I love my brother. I'm really proud of Johnny. He's come a long way, y'all. Absolutely. 10 years is amazing. That's really good. I knew what you was trying to say, Michelle. I knew you was trying to say, I love your brother. You know, guys, can I tell y'all something? That's the one thing I like about a lot of you guys. Here we are. We can jump on Johnny's booty like we should have. But then we can take the time and tell him thank you and recognize his accomplishments and still show him how much we care. And I think that's awesome, because that's a kind of always wanted this to be. It's like an expression of, where you get your good thoughts out, our good thoughts out, with not a whole bunch of judgmental things of that nature. Thank you. I was trying to say love you, bro. My father, her brother, this is from Ashley, by the way. My father, her brother died November 14th last year. It's coming up on 1 year of him being gone. So crazy how she's gone now, too. Ashley, I'm so sorry. That breaks my heart. It really does. Karen McFarland was an avid motorcycle rider, and when she lived in Indiana, she was active with the Veteran Rider Club. She was a very loved person. Another comment. Justice for Karen and justice for Hunter. Johnny Rogers said, I'm sorry drugs are in my life, but he's good now. We are so happy that you pulled it together, Johnny. Karen's family is coming to town. I told them to let me know if they needed a GoFundMe account or anything like that. But you know, to me, I'm a stranger to them. So any of you that might have a closer connection to them, you know, maybe you reach out and offer to do that for them. And if you do, I'll make sure to help get the word out for it as well, because I know, you know, they'll probably want to take her body back home. All right, y'all got anything else for me regarding Karen and Lonni Crigger? If I'm still awake, I'll come back on in an hour or two. Maybe we'll just have a sit down chit chat. I got a real, oh my God, I'll leave you a brief tip. I had to go get new glasses today because I couldn't read the back of the tow truck. I'm definitely going to come back on later and tell y'all that story. And I would never call Johnny Jr. because Jr. wouldn't like him being called that. They're my cousins, by the way. Michelle, you're the one who did it. Don't call him Jr. Do you know the cause of death for... Yeah, it's listed as a homicide right now. The it was bad. I am blind, but it's funny. I'll get back on later, do another video. Michelle, I said both of you were my cousins. You need to listen, man. Sometimes I need a cousin blocker on Facebook. These aren't the new ones. I still can't see. They'll be ordered. Someone helped me pick them out today down there. Like the new. Oh, I know why y'all think these are new. Ha ha. Just figured it out. These is from my last prescription that had gotten broke. Of course, I need to fix that. They got broke, and she temporarily fixed them down here at the eyeglass place when I was there. That's why they look new to you guys. So my new ones come in 7 days. So there's that. But anyway, I'll end right here because I'm really thirsty, and I want my next video to be a little bit more funny, more heartwarming. So I just wanted to update you on that. And if you don't have a chance, if you get a chance, make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube page as well. And if you're joining me, watching me live from YouTube, welcome. That's pretty cool. I'm using that software. I do have milk. I have milk and cookies. Milk and cookies. I for sure do. And I think I'm going to have me some milk and cookies as well. So do that and click share and like. And most importantly, always make good choices. And I'll be back up here in a little bit. Hey, say a prayer for Karen's family.